Test, test. Hello and good evening. Welcome to the first ever edition of the Bastrop Independent School District Honor Band. Let's give them a round of applause. My name is Peyton Grover. I'm Associate Director of Bands at Bastrop High School, and I've had the pleasure of serving as the event coordinator for the Bastrop Independent School District Honor Band this year. It's been a blast to see these kids come together and put all of this music, all 5 pieces together, starting yesterday. Last night, around 5 o'clock, we met as an ensemble for the first time, and we performed everything you're going to hear tonight for the first time. So these students have only had this music as a complete unit for 2 days. So everything you're hearing is purely the result of the last 2 days of rehearsal with Mr. Portillo. We're really fortunate in Bastrop to have a school district that supports the fine arts at the highest level, and we could not do this without the support of our wonderful administrators, our principals at both campus, and our superintendent, Mr. Barry Edwards. Let's give them a round of applause. A lot of people truly don't know this, but Bastrop is really a special place for fine arts. It truly, truly is, and a lot of things that we have happen here just don't happen in other school districts. So we're really blessed and really fortunate to get those opportunities here. The kids are certainly the reason why we do this. The kids are why we come to work every day, and I absolutely love my job because of the students I get to work with every day. So it couldn't happen unless these fine young people here showed up every day and did an outstanding job. So let's give them a round of applause. I believe with everything in my heart that music is a force of positive change in the world, and I believe that it's a force of positive change in our community. And I hope tonight that you are affected emotionally and spiritually by what you hear, and I really do believe that you will. So without further ado, let's welcome our Director of Fine Arts, Mr. Chico Portillo, to the podium.
Good evening. That is so much fun. Thank you for being here tonight. It's been wonderful getting to spend these 2 days with all your children and all of their friends. This whole event came about by the band directors in the district wanting to create a region band experience for more kids. And when they asked me to be the conductor, how could I say no? I care too deeply about what's going on here, and I wanted to contribute in any way that I could. I love working alongside all of our fine arts teachers here in the district, and this event has provided me an opportunity to let the teachers and the students see me in a different light as a teacher and a conductor. It's been magnificent to get back on the podium and conduct. It's really something I miss greatly, and I'm happy I'm doing it. I can honestly tell you the collaboration between the two schools, both the staff and the students, has been wonderful to watch. The kids have interacted, they're friends, they're not rivals, they're making music together, they're coming together for the right reasons. It's just magical to see that transform from last night, the first rehearsal, the first couple of notes that we played, to what you're about to hear tonight. It's been awesome. The next piece that we're going to perform is from composer Frank Tekeli. He's one of the most played composers in the band world. The neat story about this is that he wrote a piece several years ago called Sanctuary, and it's a 9-minute piece of music. And it was so powerful and so meaningful. A choir friend came to him and said, you know, it'd be awesome if you could make this into a choir work. Well, he thought about it, and he did. He took the kind of the motives from that whole piece, consolidated them into a smaller piece, and wrote it for choir. And that was so successful that then another band director said, hey, that piece that you wrote for choir would be great as a band arrangement. And so he did that, and that's what you're going to hear tonight. It's a fantastic piece from a fantastic composer that we love very much in the band world, Mr. Frank Tekeli. So enjoy Earth Song by Frank Tekeli. The next song that you're about to hear takes us back to our band roots in a wonderful journey through Carl King, the composer. With regards to the history of band music, Mr. King is one of our most prolific and popular. The neat thing about him is he grew up in the 1900s, early 1900s. So 1903, in his pre-teens, he went to a concert of a traveling band that we'd come across and fell in love with music, one. But two, and I told the kids this, back in the early 1900s, there were no roads, there wasn't any electricity, you had ice boxes. I try to paint that picture of what life might have been like back then. There was no entertainment either. So when the circus came in town, that was a big event that they would go to, everyone would go to. But Mr. King loved the music associated with the circuses. So he went out, bought himself a cornet, paid for it over years, and then took private lessons because there was no formal education really in music the way we have it today. But then his teacher said, hey, you should play baritone. So he switched to baritone and loved that and played well enough to make it into the Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey Circus Band, and then later became the band leader of that. So in his spare time while doing that and traveling the country, he wrote a lot of marches. This next march that he wrote is an entry march, and it's written for the big animals. So the elephants, the lions, and the tigers, this is that theme song. So I want you to envision, actually what we're gonna do tonight is bring in some elephants and some tigers. And I want you to think about your circus experiences and seeing those animals and the music associated with that. And that's what this next song is about. So I hope you enjoy Invictus. I too, tonight would like to thank you for supporting our children and our students here in Bastrop ISD. There also are a few special people I'd like to thank. Mr. Barry Edwards, if you're in the audience tonight, thank you very much for being the best boss in the world and for being here tonight. Any school board member who might be in attendance, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's a pleasure to work and serve you. Dr. Lila Olivares, who might be here, who's my curriculum instruction boss. She is so special in guiding our district towards academic wonderfulness. The band staff at both our high schools, thank you for the invitation. We have special guests. Genesis Drum Corps is here in the house. Thank you guys for being here. And you know, I get the honor and privilege of actually officing here in the Performing Arts Center and have gotten to know the staff here just so well. We share office space, and I want to thank Jacob Layton, Deanna Cloyd, and Jaden Lang Miller for being wonderful stewards of this fantastic facility. Thank you guys for all that you do and being here tonight. I'd like to thank my wife, son, and daughter-in-law who are in attendance, I hope. I can't see you out there. I'm just assuming you are. And lastly, please help me thank Mr. Evan Carley, because the next piece of music we couldn't perform without his help. And so, Mr. Carley, where might you be? Are you there? He is over there. Let's give him a round of applause. The next piece is Journey of the Magi, and it was written by a dear friend and organist from the church I attend, Dr. Storm Canine. He's got a PhD in playing the organ. He's quite amazing. The best part of church is like when we run out of music and he has to just invent stuff to do. Like, that's the best part of church. Don't kill me. Here we go. But this next piece, I started 6 years ago, actually, and we play in this pageant called the Boar's Head, and it's a celebration of the Epiphany. And pretty much it's January 6th, the weekend of January 6th, and our church puts on this huge pageant. And one of the pieces that he wrote and that is sung is just beautiful. And one day I thought, that would be a good band arrangement. Maybe I should do that one day. And so I started about 6 years ago, then put it away and thought, I'm too busy, I can't finish it. And when I got invited to do this, I thought, you know what, this is going to motivate me to finish that song. And Mr. Carley helped me with putting it into the finale music program and then helped me with some percussion parts. But it's the story of the Magi. It is said that three wise men and kings traveled over the desert and the dunes in search of the little one that will bring greatness and joy to the world. And there he is. And when they get there, it's like just a little infant in swaddling clothes. And, the Spirit fills them. And this is the programmatic piece really depicting, literally, you'll hear camel hoofs going across the desert on this one. And so I hope you enjoy it. It sure has been special to me to finish the project, and I dedicate it to Bastrop ISD in our world premiere performance of it. So enjoy Journey of the Magi.
Every year, our students from both high schools participate in the TMEA All-Region and All-State process. This is a 3 to 4 round process each year that consists of 4 different levels. The first level is district, the second level is region, the third level is area, and the fourth level is All-State. There are all-region and all-state ensembles that meet each year, and we had a number of students be selected to perform in those ensembles this year, so I'd like to recognize them. So if you were selected for all district, please stand. And please remain standing if you were selected to perform with the all-region band. And if you advance to area, please remain standing. And this year we had one fine young French horn player from Cedar Creek High School be selected to perform with the all-state band. So let's stand and recognize Thomas Wilhelm from Cedar Creek High School. In a couple of weeks, Thomas will perform with the 6A All-State Philharmonic Orchestra in San Antonio. That is among the highest honor that a high school musician can receive, and Thomas did it. So let's give another round of applause to Thomas and all of these students. In addition to this process, we also have a jazz track that students can take, and we had 2 students from Bastrop High School be selected to perform with the Region Jazz Band, Jeffrey Bain and Marco Salazar. Please stand. And if I could have Mr. Portillo please come back out for a moment. I have an award for Mr. Portillo, a certificate of appreciation that reads, on behalf of the Bastrop ISD band directors and students for his dedication to the Bastrop Independent School District band programs. Let's give Mr. Portillo a round of applause. I do want to say a couple words about Mr. Portillo before he gets up for the last piece. This is my 3rd year of knowing him, and it has been an absolute pleasure to work alongside him and follow his leadership and his guidance. And he's been a wonderful mentor to me and my colleagues and to our students, and truly none of this would be possible without him. So thank you, Mr. Portillo, and we look forward to many years to come under your leadership. So let's clap for Mr. Portillo, yes. All right, and for our final piece, here we go.
My last thank you is to you parents who sacrificed so much of your lives in devoting to your children. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've noticed today, like, there are parents, band parents that were serving meals and just moving stuff around and being just a part of their kids' lives, and I just want to tell you that it's all worth it. It's all worth it. So keep up the great work. Keep getting your friends to do it and join in. This band thing that we do, it's hard to describe. Some people call it a cult. I just call it a big friendship. It's a big community of wonderful things that happen in a school district and in music. It just warms the heart. So we're going to end our concert tonight with a wonderful piece by Robert Sheldon called Flight of the Piasa. The notes are in your program. It's lengthy. It's a great way to finish the celebration tonight, and I hope you've enjoyed the concert to this point, and we're going to finish with Flight of the Piasa, and that's how you pronounce it, Piasa. Say it with me, Piasa. There we go, they got it. Here we go, okay.
Thank you so much for coming out and supporting your student or your friend or whoever they are to you. They did a wonderful job. Let's give it up for them again, yes. We're going to take pictures with sections, and then I assure you, you will get to take a picture with your child as soon as we're finished. So we will be done shortly. Thank you again.